Hello friends, a very warm welcome from Aussie's group. Today we are in the 7th session of interactive question answer live series regarding PTE. My name is Malcolm, along with me is Tanu and Gaurang. How are you both today?
Good, Malcolm. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. How are you today?
I am fine as usual. How are you, Tanu?
I'm good, thank you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm also doing great. Welcome to the session. It's been a while since you have been here.
Yeah, I was missing them too.
So friends, what are we going to do today?
So we will be taking a very important task today that is called multiple choice question from the reading module.
That's right.
So there are two types of multiple choice question. One is multiple choice question choose single answer,
Right.
and another one is called multiple choice question choose multiple answer.
That's right.
And Gaurang, I would like to ask you what can be done to do this question.
First of all, the question is of the reading type.
Right.
So of course, you've got to read. Okay, and today's task is the multiple choice question. Choose single answer. So you will have in this task a passage. The question is asked, and 4 or 5 options are provided. Only one of them is the right answer.
That's right.
So obviously, you have to read whatever is provided, the passage as well as the questions and the options given, and then choose whichever is the correct answer according to your understanding of the passage.
Of course. And since this is a task of multiple choice to single answer, so I believe the scoring is also very straightforward.
Yes.
For every right response we select, we get 1 point. And
Correct.
for every incorrect response, we get a 0.
Yes, it's a simple hit or miss. Either
Right.
you are correct or you are wrong. 1 or 0, no other option.
It is different from multiple choice, multiple answer as they have negative marking.
Right.
So a lot of students, they do get confused while they are doing single and multiple answers because they think that there is a negative mark for choose single answers as well.
That's right.
But guys, there are no negative marking for this very type of question.
Which means that even if you're not sure, we just select something, we don't leave it.
Yes.
Of course, we don't leave it unattended, that's right.
Also, this is a standalone task. That is,
Mhm.
it is not an integrated task.
Right.
It is only reading.
Right,
It
pure
does
reading.
not give you marks for any other module in the test.
That's
Only
right.
reading marks are counted from here. Plus, I believe it's a very low weightage
No, it is
task.
task.
That's right,
So,
that's right. So that's why we always tell our students not to waste your
Much time.
on this very task
True.
because it has got least weightage.
That's right.
Okay, Malcolm, according to you, how much time ideally should be spent on each of these questions?
Good question, Gaurang. Now, first thing is that since reading is a dynamic module, the 5 tasks, namely multiple choice single answer, multiple choice multiple answers, reorder paragraphs, fill in the blanks which are reading blanks, and reading and writing fill in the blanks, can come in any sequence.
Correct.
And we don't know, obviously. So depending on the sequence, you can manage your time.
Mhm.
But sometimes this task comes in the beginning,
Right.
and very often it also comes in the end.
Yeah.
Right.
So if it comes in the end, then obviously we have the timer in front of us, so we
Mhm.
know how much time is left, so we can manage it likewise. But if it comes in the beginning or someplace else, then I would highly recommend not to waste or take more than a minute for this question.
Usually, like by taking the feedback from the students, what I've observed is that this task is usually during the start of the exam
Yes.
because they want you guys to waste your time.
That's true. That's true.
So this is a strategy, they
Yes.
follow that so that you should utilize your time focus more on this very task,
Right.
which you ideally should not be doing.
So I think 1 minute should be more than enough for
Yes.
this type.
Although I would not put it as they want students to waste their time. Rather, it's a ploy to check how organized you are and how clear your thinking is.
Mhm.
Because this is a test of English, okay, and not just English. It is usually a test that is given by somebody who wants to go to a country that is not their home
Right,
country.
so comprehension skills.
So
maybe.
the comprehension skills,
Right.
also their organizing skills, because they're going to be going into a strange new place.
Right.
Whether they are comfortable with coming across ambiguity
Mm.
as a challenge in that sense, that if there are 5 reading questions, how best, whatever it starts with, how best they can allocate time to it. So I would say something like, as you said, 1 minute for this, maybe a minute and a half for the multiple choice, multiple correct answers,
Right.
2 to 2.5 minutes for reorder paragraphs, and then again a minute and a half each
Right.
for the fill in the blanks.
But generally we've also seen that the passages are not that lengthy. They are
Yes.
very short.
Yeah. For single answers, yes,
they're
they are.
generally shorter. And also, along with the passage, sometimes you may also have a supporting image, I believe.
Right.
So if an image is there, the answer can be anywhere, I believe. It can be in the passage, can be in the image. So again, you need to be quick to understand the
That's
question.
true.
I believe.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got one question.
Sure.
Do you think that one should read the full passage to look for the answer, or they should, just target?
Good question. Now, the answer to this question is actually in the actual question, in the question.
And I think Jagroshan Singh, one of our regular contributors, has asked the same question. How do they trick us? Do they know that we match keywords and choose the answer? Well, Jagroshan, thank you for the question. As always, welcome to our live session. Now, what we do know is that they change the sequence. That is how they try to trick you. However, they expect you to match the keywords and then choose the right answer, because that is the only way you can actually get the right answer. So they're not going to trick you over that. They know that is the way. They have also explained this in some of the scoring guides that they have provided. Right? So there is no way that they can trick you with this. However, as we said, because they change the sequence, that is where you feel that you have been tricked. It's not actually that.
But he's also asked that, that what I used to do in my school days, that I never learned to comprehend, and it is still
Hunting me.
hunting or haunting me.
Haunting
should
me.
I-
It should be haunting me.
But that's fine. But the thing is that I think what he means is that, for example, let's say there's a question like, what does the author imply? What does the author assume? So obviously, then in such questions, it may be a bit difficult to get the keyword. So
Right.
you will have to,
Yes.
unfortunately, understand the passage.
Yes.
Otherwise, how will you select the
Now,
answer?
that is why it is
Yes.
a reading task. It's
Yes.
a comprehension
Yes, that's
task.
true.
You have to really comprehend what the passage is trying to convey.
Right.
To understand what the main point or the basis of that passage is. Often it is as simple as finding the keyword.
Yes, that's true. Depends. It depends on the question. That's true.
And also there is one very important thing which I always tell my students. That is that you should always read the question first before reading the passage. Now
Right.
I say that because once you just read the passage and then you read the question, then you again have to go back to the passage to look for that very answer.
Right.
But if you've read the question first, it's in your head, it's in your mind. You target, you specifically target to look for that very answer. And that might be helpful in, wasting
Saving
less
some
time
Yes,
and
that's
saving
right.
more time.
True.
Also, another thing that I have found, or rather it's my personal observation, for multiple choice questions, choose single answer and choose multiple answers, the differences between the two. When it comes to a single choice, I have found that often you are required to read the entire passage.
That's true.
Because the answer could be anywhere in the passage,
Right.
right? And you cannot just rely on keywords.
That's true.
Often there is an inference to be drawn or something like that. Whereas when it comes to multiple correct answers,
Right.
you can look at the options given, identify keywords and just look for those keywords in the
Keywords.
passage,
That's
and
true.
more often than not you will find the answer.
Right answer, that's right. So yes, basically you will need some idea even of the
Yes.
passage, depending on the
Yes.
question type. And also the thing is that sometimes if it's a very lengthy passage, because sometimes it may happen that in multiple choice, multiple answers you have a smaller passage.
Yes.
In multiple answers you have a lengthier passage. Then I think again you need to understand the question, like everything will be there in the question itself.
Yeah.
It is always dependent on the question. If you understand the question, finding the answer
Would
becomes
be much
easier.
easier.
And for example, I'd also like to draw attention to something like, if there is a word like, which of these are correct, or which of these is incorrect. What is the disparity, what is the parity? So until and unless you get that keyword, you will make a mistake, you are very fast, and that's when you need
Yeah,
to
and
follow.
sometimes the question says, what is the main idea
Yes,
of
my
the passage?
right, yeah.
That main idea would ideally not be present in
Yeah.
the passage. The
Yeah.
same
That
keyword
word,
you might
of
not be
course.
find.
Yeah.
You might not find that keyword
That
in the
keyword,
passage,
yes,
but you
that's
have
true.
to draw a conclusion to see what the passage is all about. So what is the main idea that it is reflecting to? What does the actual passage reflect on? What does the actual passage, what is the abstract of the passage?
Right.
Okay. Also, sorry, it skipped my mind, but one thing that I would also like to add here is that often the question says, which of the below is not mentioned
That's what I'm saying.
in the
yes.
passage?
Not, yes.
Right. Students often
hurry,
make mistake
yes.
because you are under that stress, the exam pressure,
Time, yes.
you miss that not. And then you look at it, okay, this is provided, that must be the right
That's it,
answer.
yeah.
But if you look at it properly, only one will not be provided, everything else has been provided. So
True.
don't get confused with that, be very clear about it.
True. I think we should take an example And
Yes.
the second example will make matters very clear that how you should deal with
Definitely.
such questions. So, yes, if you could just have the example, please. Now, just a second, please. All right, so we believe you can see the question or the passage on your screen now. Now, Ankur, if we just see the question first, the other side, yes, please. With the options, yeah. Now, as you can see on the screen, there's a question like,
Read the text and answer the multiple choice question by
That's right.
selecting one correct response.
Yes.
So that the statement itself tells you that this is a multiple choice to single answer.
right,
Always keep your eyes focused that you should not misinterpret for multiple choice multiple answer. So
Yeah.
it clearly says only one response is correct.
That's
So
right.
that means it is a single answer and not multiple answer. And for the options we have, or for the question, it's the main idea contained in this text deals with dash.
So that's just what you're talking about. The main idea in the passage deals
Yeah.
with something.
You can also rephrase this question to say, what can you infer
Mhm.
about the main idea behind this
Yes,
passage?
something like that, true. Right. And as we can see, there are 4 options, but I think, what do you want to do? We read the options first, or we read the passage first?
Let us read the passage first
Passage.
so that
Yeah.
We get an idea of what
we
the
get an
question
idea
is.
about what the options are.
Yes. So now the passage is something like this. All right.
On October 12, 1999, the United Nations Population Fund estimated that the world's population reached 6 billion, celebrating the occasion as the Day of 6 billion. At 2 minutes past midnight, a male baby born in Bosnia was symbolically designated the world's 6 billionth person by UN Secretary General Kofi Annan. Different estimates of the actual population turning point exist, most notably the one by the US Census Bureau. According to the Census Bureau, the world population reached the 6 billion mark on July 19, 1999 at about 12:24:02 a.m. GMT, July 18th at 8:24:02 p.m. EST. Every minute there are an estimated 250 births and 103 deaths in the world, which equals an increase of 147 people every 60 seconds.
Right. And there is also an image at the bottom. So basically,
Yeah.
you have a question with a passage and an image.
Yes.
There is a graph which is telling what's been written in the
Yeah.
passage, and it is with
For the world
world
population.
population 1804 to 2054.
Yes, it's increasing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
So if we take a look at the options now, the 4 options that have been given are, the first one is the key differences in methodology used by the United Nations Population Fund versus the US Census Bureau. Second, the rate at which the population grew between 19 July and 12 October 1999. Third, the assessment of the net rate of global population increase, which is currently 250 people per minute. And fourth, the estimated points in time at which the world's population reached a given figure.
Right.
Now, all 4 options seem to be directly drawn from the passage.
That's true. To mislead, yes.
Yes. However, as we have earlier discussed, when we had discussed this during our previous live sessions,
Right.
we had spoken about the need to eliminate the
That's
wrong
right.
options.
Right.
Okay. So
Process
if we
of
start
elimination.
looking at the options, the third one is obviously wrong because it is saying which is currently 250 people per minute.
Yes.
Which is not.
But the last 4 words say 147 people per
Yes,
minute.
because the word is the net rate. So net is obviously
Yes.
the difference, plus
Yes.
and minus.
Plus it says per minute and it says every 60 seconds.
Yes.
So you should not be confused with that.
Yes, it's the same thing, yes.
So-
That's true.
So the third one is obviously wrong. Right?
So you can eliminate it. That's
Yes.
what elimination process is.
Right.
And that helps you while you're doing multiple choice single or
Or
multiple.
it helps.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the second one is the rate at which the population grew between 19 July and 12 October 1999. Again, there is no mention of the population growing between there.
Exactly between that
Yeah.
specific
Yes,
time
it is
frame.
just the 2 different dates that have been given for 2 different agencies that have given population
True,
numbers.
True, true.
So that is also wrong. Now the choice remains between the first one and the last
Fourth
one.
Yes.
Okay, the first one, the key differences in methodology used by the United Nations Population Fund versus the US Census Bureau. This could be right.
Could be, but the thing is that the
But this
differences.
is not the main idea.
Exactly.
Methodology has not
Not
been
been
mentioned
explained,
at all.
exactly,
There is
yes.
no explanation.
That's true.
So we are left with just one option, which is the last one. The estimated points in time at which the world's population reached a given figure.
Right.
Both of them are estimated times because you cannot possibly know which baby born is exactly the 6 billionth baby.
And even
Yeah.
from the image, I think if you see just the image, it's an estimation with the time frame of 1804 to 2054. So
Yes.
obviously it's a projection, it's an estimation with EST written in the brackets.
Exactly.
That's right.
And even the word estimated is there, I think, a couple of times in the passage itself.
Right. And
So-
they also mentioned that in Bosnia was symbolically designated
Yes.
the world's 6 billionth person.
Yes.
That means that everything about it is estimated, a given
Estimation,
time.
yes, that's true.
So the last answer is obviously correct.
That's right.
Okay. So if we look at it, it took us just about 1 minute
Right.
to cover everything, reading the passage, reading the options and discussing it, and it was just about a minute's time.
That's right. And yes, Jagroshan, you're right. The fourth is the right one. You're right. That's right.
Okay.
And
So,
Jagroshan.
Jagroshan, you have mentioned infer is equal to judgment. Well, infer is not exactly equal to judgment. Infer equals understanding.
Inference, yes.
Inference. Inference means understanding.
And
So,
then coming to a judgment.
Absolutely,
yes.
that's
So you have to understand the passage, assess which one is the right answer, and then select it.
right. I think
We also have a question from Sri Krishna Shrestha. Is PTE session available on Sydney Centre? I mean in city.
so. As of now, we don't have a class over there, but yes, the day after tomorrow, that is on the 10th of February, we are having our first PTE master session in Sydney, but that's in our Parramatta office. So in case you're interested, you can just go to our PTE tutorials website, and under coaching you'll be seeing the Sydney master class, so you can just pay the fees over there, and I'll be coming there on this Saturday, and hopefully I'll see you there as well. It starts at 11 in the morning and goes on till 5:30.
Yeah, Malcolm, another question that I
Yes.
have is how many questions of this particular type will students be answering in the exam?
Generally 2 to 3, that's it.
Okay. So out of the total, what's the total in the reading section?
Somewhere around 15 to 21 in 32 to 41
Most,
minutes.
most of the students, they get around 17.
Yes,
18
yes, in
questions.
between, that's true.
So if it's 17 and this is about 3 to 4, so we are talking about 1/6 to 1/5 of the, so roughly about
Yeah,
the sixth part.
combined, yes, combined, these single
Right.
and multiple, that's
But
right.
as you've already mentioned, it is not an integrated task.
Yes,
So,
yes.
it just gives you marks, just gets you
On
marks
its own,
for
yes.
reading. So utilize your time efficiently, guys, when
That's
you're
right.
doing this task.
Yes.
Yes,
Also, please remember this, that they are expecting you to be under pressure.
mm.
Okay? So some of the questions, some of the topics might seem really strange. Don't get worried about it. They are not expecting you to give answers that relate to rocket science. They're just expecting you to read English, understand the basics, and give an answer. Don't get stressed out by it.
Yeah.
Take it easy. If you don't know, just select one answer and move on. Don't waste too much of time.
Don't waste too much of it. That's very, very important, because a lot of students, they do waste their time when they are doing multiple choice. And we've always been telling our students that do not waste your time on
It's
multiple-
not worth the
it's
time.
not
It's
worth the
definitely
time.
not worth it.
Save that time and utilize it for reorder or reading and
Blanks,
writing
that's true,
blanks.
that's true.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I think that covers the entire
Task.
discussion that has to be done about this task. If any of our viewers have any questions, please feel free to ask us right away while we are still live. In the meantime, Malcolm, how have the scores been for us with the start of February?
Pretty good. We have got 3 scores of 90 in
Mhm.
February itself, so
Okay.
that's been a very
The start
promising
has been
start.
really good, yeah.
Yes. Even in January, I think we had 15 scores of 90. I believe there is no institute in Melbourne or in the world which has 15 scores of 90 out of 90. So even February, we'll try to beat our own records.
Yes, we constantly
We
strive.
surely will.
Right. And what we are also trying to do, which of course we have been attempting to do for quite a few weeks now, but we have not been able to do that, is start the masterclass in our Clayton branch. Hopefully, we should have the infrastructure ready within the next 1 week to 10 days. So we should be able to launch the masterclass soon.
I'm sure a lot of people are there who want to attend the masterclass.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
Definitely, yes. Because Clayton is a big area where we have a lot of expats,
True.
and a lot of them need PTE.
Masterclass. And
and the masterclass as well. So
That's
we are
true.
hoping to build upon the success that you have already achieved with the masterclass here in the CBD, and now you are taking it to Sydney.
Yes, so this Saturday, as I said, we are having a masterclass in our Aussie's Parramatta office. And as I already said, you can just go to ptetutorials.com. Under coaching, you will see the Aussie's masterclass. Over there, you just need to log in. It will take not more than 30 seconds of your time. And the fees is just $129. Along with that, you'll also get a lot of material and 2 full practice tests from ptetutorials.com. So I think you'll be getting more than enough material, strategies, and feedback to get 90 in PT.
Actually, there's something else that we haven't really shared with our viewers, is that when you come for an inquiry with us regarding PTE, or you take a demo class with us, at the same time you also get 1 free practice test on
Right.
ptetutorials.com.
Right.
So if you really want to experience, and this is the first time that you're going to be giving the PTE,
Yes, why not?
come and simply inquire with us. There is no commitment required. There is no compulsion on you to come and join coaching with us, but it is your opportunity to get free access to ptetutorials.com and get 1 free practice test.
That's right.
Who
Or-
knows, that could make the change for you.
Or you can just simply go to PT Tutorials and buy the very efficient, very genuine packages with which you can just buy. If you're struggling with the essays,
True.
writing part, you can just buy the essays. They are very, very, very good essays, and they will really help you to achieve your scores in writing. And you can also buy mock tests
That's true.
at a very genuine cost. So guys, if you are struggling to join the classes because of your work,
Time,
because
work,
of
yes, money, whatever
Yeah.
it could be.
yeah, so you can always go to pttutorials.com and look at the packages and look at the material that has been uploaded on
Sure.
the website.
I think we have one more
Another
question
question,
from Oshadari Kaushale. Hello Kaushale, hope you're doing well.
In order to get 79 plus, what we should mainly focus on? Oh, that's a very tricky question.
That's a massive question, actually.
That's right.
Well, to just to push ourselves a bit more, the first thing I would say is, if you are really looking to get 79 plus, you should join Aussie's PTE coaching.
She is, by the way.
Okay.
And then when you are with us, we can of course tell you a lot more about what you should focus on. But
At the moment, I was sorry, I would like to interrupt and say, do as we say.
to put it in a nutshell, there are just 20 questions that you need to focus on. There are just 20 question types that you should be focusing on, right? So there are 5 question types in the speaking section, 2 in the writing section, 5 in the reading section, and the 8 questions that you get in the listening section. Just have to focus on these, and you should get your 79 easily.
Yes, that's true, but yes, just focus on the basics actually. Because
And trust yourself.
Yes, but jokes apart, the best way to approach this is to ensure that you know what the test is like, you understand the patterns that need to be followed, okay? And you also focus on bringing about at least the basic level of improvement that is necessary in your language.
true, because PT doesn't require very fancy English, to be
No.
honest.
Yeah, I think
Compared
it's
to other
more
tests,
about
it's very generic English,
tips
yeah.
and strategies to crack
Yes.
the exam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Follow certain methods, have the basics of your grammar clear, have good vocabulary, good pronunciation, and the right spellings.
Yes.
Focus on these things. These are the basics. These are the basics of any language.
And
right?
the time management.
Time,
Time
very
management.
important, very
Right.
important, that's true.
You do this and you can score not just 79,
Easily you'll get 90.
you can score a perfect 90.
That's true.
And a lot of our students have proven that this methodology works.
Yes, in fact, just one of our students, Altaf Sonia, it was her first PT attempt, and luckily she got a 90 as well in the first attempt. So
Yes.
it's not that difficult to get 90 in your first attempt, but yes, you need to be relaxed. You need to have that mindset that I'm going to get 90 today, it's going to be my day. And
Yes.
after that, I think it's not that difficult to get 90.
That's right.
And a lot of our students, particularly those who have not really taken coaching from us, but we have 3 or 4 examples who have just gone online,
Yes.
purchased
Oh,
packages
yes,
from
definitely.
ptetutorials.com, and they have scored surprisingly
90 each.
90, 90,
Yeah.
90, 90.
That's true.
Amazing results. That in itself speaks volumes about the quality that we have on PTE tutorials, as well as what can happen if you just focus on doing the right kind of practice and giving the exam with a calm and clear mind.
That's true.
That's right.
I think we have covered everything in the class today.
That's
Yes.
And the topic we'll be covering next week is multiple choice choose.
Multiple correct answers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, a time-wasting task.
Definitely yes. It is one of the biggest time wasters in the entire
Yes,
test.
that's true. So next week we'll discuss those strategies as well. for sure.
Absolutely yes.
So friends, I would like to say again one more slogan. Think PTE, think Aussies, and we are the best.
Yes, we are the best. So if you want to be the best, want to get your scores in PTE, just come to us and we will help you get whatever you desire in terms of your scores.
I think we'll end the class with that.
Yes,
Positive
thank you.
thought. Thank you.
Positive thought, all the best. All the best, Malcolm, for your Sydney masterclass.
Thank you, Gaurang. Thank
And
you
then
very
we'll be
much.
back next Thursday with our live session. Till then, keep watching. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best. Thank you.